I've never heard of TRYX. However, they have some products here that are incredibly cool, including one of the first liquid coolers with an L-shaped screen. So basically it wraps around the side, which I think could actually be really cool because it gives you a way, especially if you have, let's say, a front glass panel, you can see your screen kind of wrapped around and it gives this really cool effect. And they actually have two different models here. I'll show another one in just a minute, but basically it's really, really sweet. It pops off the little, off the cooler, but they have this basically wrapped screen and it looks really, really nice. And that thing is super sweet. If we continue on, they also have their fans that they're showing off. These are their performance fans. They're nothing too special, at least from what I can tell. Where things get interesting is, have you ever seen a PC case that's got a paracord front panel? Probably not, because I haven't either, but this is a concept that they're showing off here and it's very interesting. I'm kind of wondering what your guys' feedback is. I'm worried basically there's not a lot of dust prevention and when it comes to airflow, it's gonna be limited, but it's another alternative. And I do think it's kind of just something different instead of something like a wood aesthetic, kind of going with using another material, and I gotta commend them for trying that out. Then the SPES from TRYX is also a product that I don't think I've seen at least hit the market commercially available. This one is super cool because basically it's a mini ITX case that's got a full-size 15-inch panel as your side panel. I've seen like small screens on cases before. I've seen Johnsbow do it in the past, but they got two different options here and they're really cool. First off, this one's basically got like a traditional panel, but this one is a transparent panel, so you can still see the hardware through your system, which with these graphics looks unbelievable, and it's something, as soon as this is available, I definitely want it. TRYX is also showing off what they're calling their Luca case. Basically, this is probably going to be the first product that hits a lot of markets that they're coming out with, and it's a very large, it's a full-size tower ATX case that is completely modular. Basically, it's got a simple one-panel design where basically this all lifts off, super easy, I believe. It pops off. We set this down. Inside, you have a fully open style, and it's super changeable because basically, one, you have a removable back plate, which allows you to pre-install all of your connectors beforehand, and something like your PSU shroud can be moved from the top to the bottom depending on how you want to lay it out. As far as fans, you can fit a 420 pretty much in the top bottom, as well as the side panel. And that front panel can also come with an optional design where basically you can swap that out for this design here, which is a mesh front panel with two 200mm fans. These are also, I believe, 32mm thick, so you're gonna be able to move a ton of airflow. It's super cool. TRYX also has a concept product here. They're calling their Panorama SE. It should be a cheaper version than the other cooler that they had previously showed, but it's actually kind of cool because basically the screen on this one will not only be rotatable, so you can basically change your orientation, but it's also doesn't have that bulky back end, and I think it's gonna look as a cleaner product. And the color of the display they're showing off here looks really, really good. It's super bright and vibrant, and I think it's gonna stand out as probably one of the best coolers, especially when you're looking for something aesthetically pleasing, because this style of screen is super cool and it's just not something you see every day. And that wraps up our coverage of TRYX at Computex 2024, a company I'd never heard of, but I'm super excited for when they finally reach the US market. They said probably Q3, Q4, and when they do, you know for sure I'll be checking out their products.